Welcome to the Geeks Attic. This is a book review of Star Wars X-Wing Solo Command. Star Wars X-Wing Solo Command, Book 7 in the X-Wing series, written by best-selling author Allston. This expanded universe tale takes place during the New Republic era, 7 years after the Battle of Yavin. Now let's get into a brief summary before we get into my overall thoughts. The mission to eliminate Imperial Warlord Zinj continues under the command of General Han Solo. Wraith and Rogue Squadron work together closely in many space battles, but the result is the same. It's a cat-and-mouse chase with Warlord Zinj. A new tactic of the Empire against the Republic is to build distrust against a race of people by inserting secret assassins to bring death and chaos to the New Republic. Wraith Squadron will face many challenges on the hunt for Warlord Zinj, not only from the external forces, but from those internally as well. Now let's get into my overall thoughts. Another great X-Wing story written by Allston. The characters and the situations that they get into are quite fun to read. One thing that I find funny about the main villain, Zinj, is that the guy does not know when to shut up. He's always talking. He's even talking his thoughts out loud. It's ridiculous, but also humorous. The drama that unfolds with who Wraith Squadron knows as Lara Notzil was intense. There's such heartache and anger throughout this story. It isn't cheesy or cringy at all. I love it. The concept of dividing and turning the alien races against one another is kind of a thing that was already done in a previous X-Wing story with the invention of the Krytos trap. But luckily, that's not the main point of this story. It's kind of just like a side thing that's going on. Han Solo is in this book quite a bit, but he is not the main star of the story. You know, Solo Command, it sounds like he's going to be the crutch that they lean on. It's not. The story doesn't revolve around him. He's just a general doing his job, working on the Mon Calamari ship, the Mon Ramonda, trying to hunt down Warlord Zinj. Does he like his job? No, not really, but he is doing his best. Allston delivers an awesome commando action scene. We were kind of teased that Wraith was going to be a commando unit first and pilots second. We didn't really get a lot of that since, Wraith Squadron was developed until now, and it's fantastic. A negative that I have for the story is that the missions on both sides of the Empire and the Republic were kind of parallel with each other. So when one team is doing one thing, the other team is doing the same thing. Like they're working on a parallel line, and it's just way too convenient without any sort of real intelligence as to either team knowing who's going to do what. It just was just convenience, and it would make for a dull build-up to a certain mission where, like, oh, we're going to set a trap, while the other team is like, oh, well, we're going to investigate and do this thing all at the same exact time. It was a little bit disappointing with that, but I'm not quite sure how I feel with how this book ended. Wraith Squadron decommissioned as an X-Wing unit. I'm looking forward to seeing more of the characters in future books. Do I recommend that you pick up and read Star Wars X-Wing Solo Command? Absolutely. I'm surprised at how much I am really enjoying the X-Wing series. I thought it was going to be like the bottom of the barrel type stuff, but it's turning out to be just a lot of fun. For the rating, I will give this book a B+.